Hey, this is Terry Jeanette with Tapping Flamingo. Finally got my computer back. Hopefully it is fixed this time. Bought this computer back in August. Here it is February. It's been in and out of the computer hospital for like 5 times now. So it's got a new hard drive, got some other new stuff. Pretty much it's a brand new computer now. So hopefully we will not have any more issues. Socks and I, we decided to take a little break today from the boxes and see if my computer is working okay. Because the last time I tried to do this, it wasn't working. So we'll see if it works okay. A few minutes ago, I had a friend of mine just leave. She is taking all of our empty boxes. Thank you, Helene, for doing that. I am so happy. I hated to just throw them away. They're good boxes. She's actually fixing to move to another state, and she is needing all the boxes that she can get. So she's helping us out as we are helping her out. Don't you love it? You know what? Last week we had snow. Yes, I live in Louisiana. We had 3 inches of snow. People went crazy here. I thought I was moving from Kentucky to get away from that weather. But anyway, it is gone, and we should be getting 70-degree weather here in a few days. Thank you, thank you. Couple things I wanted to talk to you about. First off, this little guy, he is an, I'm going to say this wrong, but an Amigurumi. He is crocheted. He kind of got smashed trying to get him. But in the move, he was in a box, and he was kind of like, you know, so it kind of looks funny right now, but trying to reshape him back. But he's a little flamingo, and I made this. Of course, y'all know I like flamingos. And actually, about, I guess it's almost been 2 years ago, I was in the hospital with a ruptured appendix, and I had spent 9 days in the hospital. And my sister felt really sorry for me. So she sent me a class on how to do these little animals. And the first one I did was just a little bird, had a little tiny beak. It was kind of like a little bluebird. The second one I did, I have a daughter-in-law that loves ducks, and so I made this. I made her one, but I had to make, this was the first one. The other one I gave her is a little bit better than this, but I thought this was kind of cool. Because I'm like, all I did was change out the beak, and I went from having a little blue bird to a duck. So then I thought that I could do a flamingo. Now, this was my second attempt at a flamingo. I'm going to show you my first attempt. And this is kind of embarrassing because, well, let me just show you. This guy was my first attempt. I followed the instructions exactly the same for this guy as I did for this guy. Not sure what happened. Obviously, I made a mistake, a big mistake. But it goes to show you that sometimes when you are learning something, well, you can just see how things can turn out sometimes. But you know what? He is kind of funny looking, but I think he's cute. And then I got this guy. I'm still going to work on it. I want to probably make another one and make some legs and have some like tap shoes on it, so then I could have like a tapping flamingo or whatever. Haven't figured that out yet. My sister, who's the crochet knitting crazy person, she's really good. She's very talented. I think she's working on one right now, so maybe she can figure it out. But anyway, thanks, Tammy, for giving me that lesson so I could learn how to do these. Next thing I want to talk to you about is somebody very special in my life, our new granddaughter. Her name is Jewel, and this is what we've been busy doing in the month of December, is having her come into the world, and she has definitely been a blessing in our life. So grateful to be a grandmother to this precious little Jewel. The last thing I would like to talk to you about is something that I started doing a long time ago, probably in my preteens. I remember my mom had bought me a little diary, and I wrote in it a little bit. In fact, I still have it. It's kind of funny to look back and see some of the things that I had written in it, but I didn't write a whole lot. And when I was 19, I actually was baptized into the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And a lot of members of our church love to keep journals. And one of my friends who had grown up in the church, she actually bought me a journal for my baptism. And so I started keeping a journal. And throughout these many years, I've been good and then I've been bad. Like I'll write in it maybe once a week, sometimes every day. And then maybe I'll go 2 or 3 years without writing in it. But one of the things that I decided to do when my son, he left on his mission, I decided that I was going to get back into writing journals. And I've been teaching scripture study classes to the youth. When I was up in Kentucky, we had what was called early morning seminary. And high school kids would come every morning before get that one, before school started. And for about 50 minutes, we would have scripture study. And during that time, I really tried to get them to write in their journals some of their feelings and all. I think it's really important that we all keep some type of a journal. And, you know, when I go and look back at some of my entries throughout the years, I remember some of the fun times and I remember some of the hard times and see, hey, you know what? I made it. And I think that particularly our children and our grandchildren and so forth, they can read these things and they can see that we were real people and that we went through real trials and that we were able to overcome them. Sometimes maybe better overcoming them in better times than others, but it goes to show that we all pretty much go through the same thing. Now, I homeschooled for about 10 years, and during that time, I had my children write in their journals every single day. I told them, I said, even if it's just a sentence, it rained. We're going wherever, you know, but I really wanted them to get into the habit of keeping a journal. And a lot of times they were like, well, I don't know what to write. And we lived in Indiana for a lot of this time. And it's so funny to look through with some of them every day. It snowed. It snowed. It snowed again. I mean, you'll see like, you know, maybe 2 weeks of stuff like that. Well, when my daughter was a youth, the church group, the girls, they actually put these things together. And I actually found it. I did one for me, but I really like this one because it's a little bit more compact. And I like what it says here. It says, preserve your memories, seal them up well. What you forget, you can never retell. But a journal that's kept fresh on the shelf will help someone through rough times, maybe even yourself. And then there's all kinds of different ideas of maybe what you could write in your journal. Tell a time a prayer was answered. This one says, tell about an embarrassing time, like my flamingos there. That would be a fun one to write in the journal. But anyway, there's all kinds of ideas that maybe if you did not know what to write, or maybe you introduced something like this to your children and they didn't know what to write, just get a little mason jar and make these little ideas, put them in there, and then when you're at a loss for words, you can get something out of there. Journals, I got this one at Walmart. It was $5, so it's not like they're very expensive. One thing though, make sure that you don't use pencil because it will over the years disappear, and you want to make sure you don't use a Sharpie or anything like that that's going to bleed through the pages, and then you won't be able to read them in years because everything will be all kind of mushy, mumble jumble, because if they bleed through the papers, you won't be able to see what's on the other side. But anyway, that's all I have for today. I hope you all think about maybe keeping journals, and this is the Tapping Flamingo signing out for now. Bye.